Hey, Stephen here with another DIY musician guide. I got an email from Spotify the other day saying that we can now submit unreleased tracks for playlist consideration through Spotify, and I kind of want to look through it because I haven't got any unreleased tracks, but I want to see what the whole process is about, so I thought I'd go through that with you. So, the email stated you're invited to try out our new beta feature that lets you share music with our global editorial team. Use Spotify for Artists to tell us how your new songs sound and help editors find the right music for playlists. Automatically reach your followers and maybe millions of new fans. It's that simple. And it's true because you get a lot of, there's a lot of exposure on Spotify, especially if you can get on the release radars and these editorial crafted playlists, which get tons of listeners. So when I looked into Spotify for Artists, which you need this account, by the way, if you don't know how to get in a Spotify for Artist account, I'll leave a link below and above one of these, where in a previous video I've gone all over that. So if you just look into the Spotify for Artist account, I suddenly got a new pop-up saying, new, submit a song from your upcoming release. Now there's a better way to get your music in front of our playlist editors. Choose a song, releasing an album, tell us which song to focus on. And 2, tell us about it. Accurate info helps our editors find the perfect fans for your song. And 3, submit early. We'll add it to our release radar for your followers if we get at least a week before release. This is the thing, because I was a bit confused. I was like, well, how do you have unreleased music? And I looked around and nobody is actually reporting that on that at all. It's basically just reporting on the facts. Oh, this Spotify's got this new tool. But how do you have unreleased music within the Spotify for Artists? That my guess is that if you use a distributor like I use Ditto Music, people used to use DistroKid and CD Baby, stuff like that. If you set the release date for an advanced release date, I'm assuming it appears somewhere in here, like somewhere. I'm guessing if you go into the home section, which is a new section on the Spotify for Artists dashboard, by the way. This wasn't here before. If you go in home, I'm guessing something will appear here, or maybe in your playlist section or profile. I'm guessing the unreleased music will appear somewhere there. Just to quickly go over this new home section, by the way, it's quite nice. We've got this overview section now, which is really helpful, which skips right to the audience section, but it's nice to go in and say how many listeners you've gained and how many streams you've had and followers. Also your trending songs, I haven't got that many, and top playlists. Also tells you how playlists are created. So yeah, Spotify put a blog out kind of going through the whole process and why they're doing this and what it takes to get onto a playlist, and we're going to read through it. Our new beta feature gives artists, labels and teams an easy way to submit and release music directly to our editorial team for playlist consideration. Now it goes on to say that that's why we have a team of 100 editors around the world. This is a bit strange, and I'm not really sure if this adds up, because if you've got 100 editors and later on it says, you know, with more than 75,000 artist features on editorial playlist each week, how it just seems a lot for 100 editors like all over the world, kind of to be, you know, sludging through all of our music, all these potential releases. So act fast, that's all I'm saying. Act fast, because you want to get in front of these 100 editors right now, because if they're opening the floodgates for all independent artists to come out and suddenly say, hey, here's my track, that's a lot of tracks. So basically, this is how you do it. Everyone, whether you're an artist, label, manager or part of an artist team, can try out this feature. Simply log into your Spotify for Artists account, or if you're a label, Spotify Analytics. Then you'll have the option of selecting one unreleased song for playlist consideration and submitting it to our team. So that's what I was saying before. If you log into your Spotify for Artists account, I presume if you've got any unreleased music, say if you set in an advanced date, a faraway date from you when you've submitted for your distribution company, it should appear in there. And what it looks like, what they're saying is that you'll be able to choose one of those tracks for consideration for a playlist. Now it goes on to say that all of your followers on Spotify will get that track in their release radar playlist. You know, that playlist that comes out every Friday that shows all of releases that are coming out. But also this is the opportunity for those editors to put your music forward into other playlists. So, but as I said before, there's only 100 editors. I might be wrong, might be getting the maths wrong there, and it means 100 teams or something of loads of different editors. But it looks, from their language, it does say we have a team of over 100 editors, like over 101. It seems quite. It doesn't seem that many for the amount of people they're going to get. And he did go on to say this is a beta. This is a beta tool, so it will change in the future. As regarding what information you give them when you submit your track, it says it's important to give us as much information about the track as possible. Genre, mood, and other data points all help us make decisions about where it may fit. You can note the instruments on it, whether it's a cover, and the cultures your song belongs to. The data you share will be complemented by what we already know about you, what else your fans listen to, what other playlists you appeared on. So it's really important. I think that's the most important step, really, because you've got to stand out, and you've got to know your audience. You've got to put things in there that would just hit your audience, so that the editor will know, oh, this track will be perfect for this type of audience, this demographic or whatever. Editors will be searching through submissions based on the information you share to find unreleased music to consider for your playlists. The song and all the info you add about it will also impact our personalized recommendations. For example, as long as you tag and submit your track 7 days in advance, the song we select will automatically appear in every one of your followers' Release Radar playlists. This way you have control over which single you're promoting your fans. This makes it really important to grow a following on Spotify, because if you think about it, this track you submit will appear in all of their Release Radar playlists. So, say they might not automatically want to go and listen to your latest release. I mean, they should do if they're following you, obviously. But it will be put into their Release Radar playlists, which a lot of people do listen to on Friday. I know I just go through it, especially when I'm away. So we want to make something crystal clear. No one can be added to one of Spotify's editorial playlists. No one can pay to be added, actually. So our editors pick tracks with listeners in mind. They make these decisions using data about what's resonating most with the community of listeners. I think this is directly answering all of the Drake fiasco that's happened recently. You know, Drake dropped a new album and it was everywhere. It was like on every playlist. So if I wonder if that's like a direct answer. So did you say like Drake didn't pay? To be like, I saw Drake. I've never listened to Drake in my life, but I was seeing him pop about, so I'm a bit dubious about that one. But we'll see. You know, take that as face value, I suppose. Beta means this is the first step, with more than 75,000 artists features on editorial playlist each week, and another 150,000 on Discover Weekly. We know how important it is to get this right. We'll continue evolving this feature based on your feedback, so artists, labels, managers and partners can help us create better playlists for Spotify listeners. Okay, that goes without saying. But yeah, again, I go back to the numbers at the top with the 100 editors. It's a great tool. I really want to use it on my next release. I don't know about you, but when I put music out, I tend to just put it out for that day as soon as possible. I've never really put like an advanced date on it, like a date in the future. But with all this in mind, I think with my next release, with our next Wire to Follow release, I'm gonna do that and try this out. So expecting a video in the future where I might even do this live and try it out before our music is released and go through this whole process and see how it works. But until then, let me know if you've got any unreleased music and you're going to try this out. If you don't know how to use Spotify for artists, you haven't got an account, look at the video I've made. I've linked it down below or whatever, and I'll show you how to get verified and all that stuff. But until then, I'll see you next time on a DIY Musician Guide. That was a good dose of news. See you later, guys.